Welcome back to MusketeersHockey.com as we visit with Musketeers center David Goodwin before tonight's game against the Lincoln Stars. And Goody, after the morning skate, big picture, a good homestand, 4-1-1, 5-1-1 in your last 7 games, and imagine the team's still feeling pretty confident right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously we would have wished to have gotten the game on Saturday in overtime, but we were pretty happy with 3 points on the weekend, so we're just hoping to carry that momentum into tonight.
And I know you moved past the Des Moines game, but what's kind of the lesson learned from that game? It was kind of a weird game because you played so well in the first 20 minutes.
Yeah, just consistency. Coach Larson always talks about, you got to play 3 periods strong, and obviously we did not do that, on Saturday. So, we're hoping if we can kind of string together 3 periods for 2 games this weekend, we should be in good shape.
And kind of talk about what the forwards have been working on in practice this week. I know speaking with Coach earlier in the week, he really wanted you guys to go to those tough areas to score because you guys have a lot of chances late. You just need to finish a little more around the net, maybe?
Yeah. I think we have trouble kind of getting guys to the front of the net. It's tough, with big defensemen on these other teams to really get in there and, bury pucks away. But, that's something that Coach Larson's been harping about, and it's definitely something we need to improve on.
And the power play struggled a little bit going back, but 2 goals on Friday night against Waterloo. Looks like the first team is starting to get a little more confident.
Yeah, it feels great just to get that first one out of the way. I know it's been a while since we scored, but, we've been working on a lot in practice this week, so, hopefully we can have it clicking this weekend.
And talk about going into Lincoln tonight. Obviously, is it good to get back on the road maybe a little bit?
Yeah, it's definitely good to get back on the road, but Lincoln's a pretty tough place to play in. I would say it's probably the toughest barn in the league, definitely in our division. So, it feels good to get back at it, but obviously this will be a good test for us, and it'll be a tough place to play in.
There's kind of a fine line when you play in that venue. You want to be physical, but at the same time, you got to be smart and disciplined.
Right. You want to try to stay out of the stuff after the whistle the best you can. Let them take all the penalties, and that's something our coaches talk about a lot. So that'll be our mentality going into tonight.
All right, Goody. Thanks for the time. Good luck tonight.
Yeah. Thanks.
MusketeersHockey.com as we visit with Musketeers defenseman Andy Ryan before tonight's game against the Lincoln Stars. And Andy, so I was talking with David Goodwin, just kind of big picture, 5-1-1 your last 7 games. I imagine the guys are still feeling pretty confident in the locker room right now.
Yeah, we're playing well, but we got to keep it going. It's not, we're not satisfied with just having a good run like this. We got to keep it going throughout the rest of the regular season.
And kind of talk about, what do you think's been the biggest key to fuel this hot run over the last 7 games?
We changed up our forecheck a little bit. I think that definitely helped. Our forwards are working hard to get on their defensemen, and then really defensively we've been playing a lot better. The defensemen and the forwards coming back to help out has been the biggest thing, and obviously great goaltending by Scoff.
And I know one of the things that's helped this run and held down the goals against is your penalty kill. You killed off 21 of 22, and the only one that got in was a penalty shot goal. So it's a unit that you're a big part of, and it's a unit really playing well right now. What are the things doing well right now in the PK?
Really, it's just we're pressuring the other power play as much as we can. That's the biggest thing. Take their time and space away. And we've been blocking a lot more shots. That's another big thing on the penalty kill. You got to block a lot of shots. We've been doing well with that.
And people say that penalty kill kind of carries over into your 5-on-5 play because it's kind of indicative of how you're competing and how you're battling. Do you kind of see that when you guys have a really good penalty kill, it carries over to how you're competing 5-on-5?
Yeah, if we have a good penalty kill and we're working hard and battling, then it can carry over to the 5-on-5 and get us some momentum.
And you go into Lincoln tonight. Obviously, it's been a while since you've been on the road. The guys kind of excited to get back and play in a hostile venue like at the Icebox tonight.
Yeah, I think it'll pump us up a little bit. It's been great playing in front of our home fans, but it's fun to play on the road, and Lincoln's a great place to play. So I think everyone's going to be excited for it.
And you and Jeff Ferguson, obviously, on that top pairing, shut down other teams' top lines, and you guys will get a test tonight for sure if you're matched up against Kevin Waugh. What's kind of the importance for you guys to take away his time and space? Just kind of have good gap control so he can't get a lot of speed through the neutral zone?
Yeah, definitely gap control, and just try to bother him as much as you can. Like, even if he doesn't have the puck, just try to bother him and hit him as much as you can. Try to get him frustrated. And but definitely with skilled players like that, you gotta watch the body and just don't look at the puck as much because he can be pretty shifty with it.
And lastly, obviously, always some extracurricular things go on when you play against a physical team like Lincoln. As I was talking to David, it's a fine line between being tough and physical, but also maintaining your composure as well.
Yeah, I think between the whistles is the biggest part. If we compete, and then if just try to not get into their stuff after the whistle with the physical stuff, and see if they can take more penalties than us, and that'll be good for us.
All right, Andy, thanks for your time. Good luck tonight.
Yeah, thank you.